Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome back to the workshop. I guess this would be part 2 of the Amish cabin update. This is the front door. I Shou bonded it. On the other side, I cut it down. I cut it to size because I have to cut this door to fit the cabin, or I have to pull all the siding off. I don't really want to do that. They use a kind of like a trailer style door on it, where you put the door on first and then you put the siding on second, or afterwards. Along with the windows, they put the windows and doors on and then they put all the siding on. And it kind of makes it tough to take a window and a door out without pulling the siding off. It's doable, but you got to put some work into it. So I'm going to make the door fit the opening. So in part 1, or the last part of the doing the door, the Shou bond, I just showed a little bit about what I'm doing. I'm back in the workshop. I have a little bit of music going on, so if you hear some Christmas music, I listen to Christmas music pretty much all year long. I know I kind of look like a certain dude that comes around once a year and kids go crazy over. I played that role for about 10 years in a row for Local 292, the union I belong to. I played Santa for our union Christmas party. The wife and I played Mr. and Mrs. Claus. We did that about 10 years. It was a bunch of fun, and I retired, and then life gets in the way. Like I said, with my son passing away last year, and then my other son's sick, so I've been spending a lot of time on that. I have the fan on. It's warm here. We're in Detroit, Michigan. A little smoky from Canada and the forest fires. Our prayers go out to them and protect the families and their property and businesses and everybody that's involved in that. But today I'm going to do a little bit more in depth on the burning of the door. I may have to switch over the bottle, and if I have to switch over the bottle, I'll probably just end the video there. I'm trying to learn how to do a little bit of educational, a little bit of foraging, which is still educational, a little bit of life lessons that go on with us. I am a teacher. I do teach. In various places, like, teach at church, teach at the house. So I like to teach people how to do things if they don't know how to do it. So I'm learning myself. Like I said, I'm trying to learn how to do a YouTube channel and thumbnails and how to do a title and how to set it all up. So it's interesting. Like I said, I'll be 62 in February, and I always believe that you're never too old to learn something new. So let's get busy. Let me see what I can do here. Let me fire this up. Start doing a little bit of burning. There's no wrong way of doing it. It's pretty simple. I'm going to start right here in the middle. If you can see that, I hope you can see that. And you just go back and forth. I have no set way of doing it. Like, I can come here and I'll do this edge here. Hopefully the fan won't blow it out. You can burn it as much as you want or as little as you want. And then when I'm done, I'm going to wipe it all down with a wet rag, let it dry. Try to get all the soot and dust and smoke and wood charcoal, whatever you want to call it. And then I have some polyurethane that I'm going to put on there. I'll show that to you before I do it. And I'm running out, so I'm going to let this run out. And I have another thing right here, so it's not going to take but a minute. So I kind of knew this was going to happen. So it only takes a minute. Shut it off. get this out of the way. It still has a little bit of gas in it, but not enough pressure to do what I need it to do. Real quick, pop another one on, and then you're good to go. Well, maybe. There we go. You don't want to cross thread it. It doesn't work good for your tool or you. All right. So now we're good to go. So that's a lot better. It's going to burn faster, hotter, and I'm not going to bore everybody with showing you how to burn this whole door. It's going to take me an hour, and then I'll stop somewhere through the video, and then we'll have a part 3 where I show you guys how I'm going to polyurethane it. I'm only gonna, I'll do one coat. I'll do a little bit of it, because once you do a foot of it, or 2 foot, or 3 foot, the whole door is the same way. You just wipe it on and try to get a nice clean coat on it, no air bubbles. I'll probably put 3 coats on it because it's an exterior door, and sand it down in between coats. But you can see all I'm doing is just discoloring it. All I'm doing, like I said, there's no wrong way of doing this. Now, some people will completely catch it on fire. I mean, where it looks like charcoal up on top of the door. And that's okay. This old style, old way of sealing your door, protecting it from the weather, and it looks good. And like I said, you can do whatever you want to do with it. You can make it as dark as you want, light as you want. And then when I'm done with it, like I said, part 3, I don't know, I'm going to run out of parts. I'll forget where I'm at. I'll just say the next step, or on the last video. I'm going to try to keep them separate. And I'll tell you how new I am to this. I think Thursday I just learned about thumbnails and the proper thumbnail, the proper title. Like I said, I'm learning. I'm going to keep learning. I'm going to keep putting out videos. Did a video over the weekend with my grandson and his dad and his dad's girlfriend. We went out, shot the pistols. I know that sounds strange. You'd probably go, well, wouldn't that make that your son-in-law or ex-son-in-law? You're absolutely correct. He's a fantastic guy. They were both young. They're early 20s. Now they're in their mid-40s. And he's a very good dad and a good friend to me. And he's a very good dad to my grandson. He's a good man, just young. Like I said, life sometimes will get in the way of things. And they get along. My daughter and my ex-son-in-law get along. Well, you know, most of all, he's really good to my grandson, and that's a prize in my book. But I don't want to bore you too much with this. Some people could sit here and watch me burn this the entire door. I'm sure there's going to be comments out there on how it's easier to do it, like a 20-gallon or a 20-pound propane tank in Rosebud. Yeah, I don't want to do that in this garage. I'm more controlled with this little bit of flame, that I can have more control of it. This is a wood shop, so there is sawdust and tools. And I know there's going to be a lot of comments on my garage. It is a very small garage with a lot of tools, and I do a lot of work. I do a lot of woodworking. I do sandbox picnic tables for children. They're very nice. My wife sells them on Facebook Marketplace. I'm getting ready to build another farmhouse kitchen table from my house. My table is, I bought it off my stepmom when my dad died back in 1996. That's how old our kitchen table is. So I'm going to do a little bit more. Like I said, I don't want to bore you guys and make a really long video. Like I said, once you see me do a foot of it, you know, you take a look at a spot like this, it looks a little light right here. Okay? You don't like how light it is? Go over it, make it dark. I know you can't see it, let me back it up. So like right here, I can make this as dark as I want, or I can make it as light as I want. See, that's kind of like doing a marshmallow. You leave it in the fire longer, it gets darker. You leave it in less, it's all how you like it. What's your flavor? To me, I love the look of the dark wood and the light grain, and then you put a polyurethane on it. You put a really nice polyurethane on it, and like I said, you get in here, you do the edges. Like I said, I'm going to wipe all this down because there will be a lot of smoke, a lot of ash on it, because you are burning wood, so you're going to create some kind of ash. And then I will, there'll probably be a couple more parts to this door. You know, you see how I stopped right there? I stopped my motion, and then that spot gets a little darker, and that's okay. That adds character. You'll never see another door like this. You'll see one similar, but it won't be exactly the same. But it's going to look nice. I have a light cabin. I don't know if I'm going to paint it probably next summer. If I'm going to paint it a color or just spray paint it like a Thompson's water seal or something like that. I haven't decided yet. I still got a lot of work to do on it before I start painting. So I want to do all the work first before I do any kind of painting. I did mention before in my videos, if this is your first time, hey, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share, comment. If you don't like it, well, then, you don't have to watch it. Like I said, I'm just trying to do a little bit of getting out there, meet and greet, share with some things. Share with people. Share some things to you is what happens when you put it upside down too much. You gotta let it. Every once in a while, see how it keeps going up. So, the air getting up in there, so this could be, that seems to be working a little bit better now, but it'll probably go out again. You know, keep it down like that all the time. See what happens? You don't want to do that. So you leave it like that for a second, and then you just come back. See, it's not ready yet. So I'll come over here and do this. But I do the edges, I did the clamps, and everybody's probably, there could be a couple of you wondering why. I'm going to turn this off. It's going to take a minute to go out. There you go. I don't put it away. It's extremely hot, don't touch that. You won't like that. Door's a little warm. You can feel the heat coming off it. I always cut it off a little bit before I go back in. I want to make sure that everything's good. Nothing's on fire, nothing's smoldering. You can leave something smoldering, so I always look. And I'll come back in a little bit and look again. But you just want to make sure you don't touch that. You make sure you put it away. Trying to think of anything else. Oh, the clamps, that's where I wanted to go. So what happens, when you heat stuff up? It doesn't matter if it's steel, wood, it's going to want to move because you're changing the dynamic or the integrity, or if you want to get into I'm not really a scientist, but you start changing stuff inside there, it starts tightening up. So what it wants to do is start cupping on you one way or the other. So I did the spots where all the clamps were first, and then I'll come back and I will burn the whole door. Then I will, in the next video, I'll show you what kind of polyurethane. I'm not sponsored by nobody. Heck, I'm so early into this, nobody even knows who I am. Heck, you guys are probably just fumbling across me, but that's all right. I'm gonna do what I do. I like woodworking. I like outdoors. I like fishing, hunting. Love Christmas. Christmas is probably my favorite holiday. Thanksgiving is my next. Easter, I like all them. I love spending time out here. It's tight. It's got a lot of stuff in it, but that's all right. I know where it's all at. The wife always says, I don't know how you can find anything out there. I said, well, I know exactly where it's at. Just like in her sewing in her office. But I put these on there. They'll stay on there till I'm completely done. And if the door's cooled down, then I'll release them all. I'll wipe it all down and make sure it's dry. Because you can see right now, you can see the soot on there. So you're going to have to wipe this all down with a white towel. You might have to do it a couple times. It's not going to hurt it. It's not going to hurt it. At the most it'll do is the parts that you might have missed with the torch. That's going to cause a grain pop. It makes the grain pop out of it, and you can sand it down if you can feel that, and that's okay because that's what I'm going to do. And then I'll sand it down with some really light 220, maybe something a little heavier, and then start putting poly on there. Wipe it down again, put the poly on there, let the poly dry, sand it down with some 220 or I don't have some 1,000 grit or 600 grit or something up there. I'll find something that's smooth. Like I said, 3 coats, 3 coats. That's going to protect the outside of the door from the weather. And once I get done with that, this door will be complete because I'm not going to do any more work here. I have to put the hinges on it. I still have to locate the hole for the handle. Still have to put that in. I still have to locate the spot for where I'm going to put the deadbolt. I have to go up north and get the door set before I need to do that, so I know where to put the deadbolt in. Well, I guess I could probably do that before. It all depends on time and what I'm doing at that time. There will be a lot of videos on the cabin. I absolutely love that. It's my dream. I want to fix it up and one day be able to just go out there and stay the whole summer right there. And it is quite a bit off grid. It has an outhouse. It has electrical. It has a well that you can't drink out of. It's a very old well, very shallow well. So we just bag up, bottle up our own water, take it up there. But as far as the outhouse goes, that's part of camping. Sometimes that type of camping, you're gonna be out there for a while. And then if we need to get a shower, when we do need to get a shower, we're gonna always go down to the state park. We have tags, and I think you can get $1. You can take a shower for $1. So we'll do that every day, every couple of days. But just being in the woods and listening to the birds and wildlife and being out there with my son. That's where my son's memory tree is at. It's on the property. I sprinkled his ashes out there. That's where I like to be. That's where my wife likes to be, my grandson likes to be, and we're going to try to get out there more and more. So hey, thanks for watching. I'm going to cut this off because I don't want to waste you guys, and it seems like I'm having problems with the torch. That's all right, I'll work that out. And again, I always say, you're never too old to learn something new. Hey, get out there, have fun. Love you guys. See you on the next video. Goodbye. Have a good day.